Standard analysis. In this chapter, you'll learn how to read and analyze key graphs and charts in the analysis view, which widgets to choose to analyze campaign performance, discover trends or measure brand awareness, how to customize and share your dashboard. To start, let's go to the Analysis menu and find the project you want to analyze and click on it. The default view is an automatically created so-called standard analysis in which the system displays the most important widgets and graphs. You can add more graphs by clicking on the Customize button, where you can add more metrics, for example, results, sources, sentiment, gender, tags, reach, and engagement metrics. These metrics will be discussed in detail in the later part of this user guide. You can adjust the position of the graphs by dragging them anywhere in the analysis view. You can delete the widgets from the analysis by clicking on the trash bin icon. After you make some adjustments, like adding more graphs and charts to the analysis, click on the Save button. Next to the Customize button, you can see the Share button. By clicking on it, you can share your analysis in the form of an interactive online dashboard and send it to anyone, even to those who do not have access to the SentiOne platform. Now you can choose the time frame you wish to analyze. Choose predefined periods: last 24 hours, last 7 days, 30 days, 3 months, 12 months, or a custom time frame which you choose by clicking on the Customize button. If you want to make any adjustments about which data is displayed in the charts, you can find the settings of the full analysis over here. Now let's look at the key graphs. In the upper right corner of each graph, you can find two buttons. The first one allows you to download the widget in various data or image formats: SVG, PNG, CSV, and Excel file formats. The second button allows you to change the settings of each widget. For example, project, type of sentiment, type of mentions, and more. The very first graph is Mentions in Time. It shows the time distribution of online discussions. If you hover over it, you can see how many mentions appeared on that project on certain days. Each graph is interactive, which means you can click here, the system will show the mentions for that day in order of importance and influence score. It will even show if the mentions were positive or negative, and what were the most frequently used words on that day. This feature allows us to map very quickly what were the top themes or trends during a given time period. If you want to dig further into the data, you simply need to click the All Mentions button, and you'll be navigated to the previously discussed Mentions menu automatically. Or you can exit the preview by clicking on the Close button, X. The next widget is the result summary. It's a table that shows the total number of mentions on the topic during a given time frame, the percentage change in number of mentions comparing to previous time periods, a summary of positive and negative mentions, and finally, you can also check sources of mentions, such as if they are social media, forums, or websites. The next two widgets include metrics about reach. Reach refers to an estimation of a mention's popularity, such as how many times it was seen, shared, and engaged with. Mentions in time by reach. This graph shows the reach of mentions that were published on a given day. The reach summary table displays the total reach generated by all mentions, divided by sentiment and categorized by different sources. The next widget is the Mentions in Time by Sentiment widget that shows two metrics on one graph: mentions over time and their sentiment. It's extremely useful when analyzing how a given topic and emotions around it are evolving over time. Next to it, you can find the sentiment share pie chart, which illustrates the ratio between positive, neutral, and negative mentions. If you click on the legend here, you can remove the neutral mentions and only compare positive and negative ones. Another feature, Top Sources widget, will help you discover where exactly the biggest chunks of discussions happened. Moreover, if you want to rank websites only, just filter out all the type of sources in the settings. The sources share pie chart breaks down all types of sources, social media, websites, forums, and shows where the topic was discussed the most. The top days of the week function shows when users, on average, talk the most about a given topic. The top hours of the day widget shows similar information but broken down into hours of the day. The mentions in time by gender chart shows you how many mentions were published by men and women each day. The gender share pie chart shows the distribution of female and male authors. In the engagement summary table, the system summarizes the types and number of interactions on each social media platform, how many likes, shares, and comments there were generated. In the next chart, mentions in time by source shows you how many mentions appeared on each source on a given day. It also helps you detect on which platform a topic appeared first. And here comes the top authors list. SentiOne algorithms rank authors and influencers based on their activity and potential reach on a given topic. You can also view this list broken down by source if you wish to. Next, you can see the Brand Health Index. It is a widget that we created at SentiOne to quickly show what is the overall sentiment towards a given topic, brand, or trend. The widget calculates the ratio between positive and negative discussions and gives a result from 0 to 1. The closer to 1, the better the overall sentiment. Now let's have a look at the keyword cloud. This feature is extremely useful when you want to understand the overall context of discussions. It will display the most frequently used words in a discussion on a given topic. The bigger the word, the higher its frequency. Words in green are categorized as a positive sentiment, whereas those in red represent a negative sentiment. By clicking on a word, you can choose from two options. You can either display the mentions in the preview that includes that specific word, or you can form a new word cloud from the mentions where this particular word appeared. If you want to search for positive or only negative words, you can easily do that in the widget settings. The image gallery shows random pictures that were published in mentions and changes the tiles to have a good visual overview on the analyzed topic. Finally, SentiOne shows the top hashtags that appeared in the mentions most frequently. This brings us to the end of the standard analysis. Remember to play around with the widgets, click on them, download data, and analyze mentions.